What's up, Multiverse of Mayhem fans? Today, we're stepping into full crossover chaos. This is one of the most requested and most dangerous debates in all of comic fandom, which DC teams could realistically defeat Earth's mightiest heroes. And to be clear right up front, this isn't about popularity or who looks cooler on a poster. This is about raw power, coordination, experience, and one brutal question. Could these DC teams actually overwhelm the Avengers in a real no-holding-back conflict? We're factoring in classic Avengers lineups with heavy hitters like Thor, Hulk, Iron Man, Captain America, Scarlet Witch, Vision and Captain Marvel, and matching them against DC teams at their peak. Let's get into it. Starting off with our number 10, we have the Suicide Squad. On paper, this team doesn't look like an Avengers-level threat. They're unstable, often underpowered compared to gods and cosmic beings, and barely trust each other. But that's exactly why they're dangerous. The Suicide Squad thrives on asymmetrical warfare. They don't fight fair, they don't announce themselves, and they're not bound by hero ethics. Their strength lies in sabotage, ambush tactics, and targeted strikes. Characters like Deadshot, Harley Quinn, Captain Boomerang, and King Shark aren't overpowering Thor or Hulk in a straight fight, but they don't need to. Against the Avengers, their goal would be disruption, taking out support members, exploiting hesitation, and forcing moral dilemmas that slow the team down. They don't win through power. They win by breaking structure. Moving on to our number 9 spot is the Doom Patrol. This is one of the most unconventional teams DC has ever produced, and that makes them incredibly difficult to deal with. Robot Man brings extreme durability. Elasti-Woman manipulates mass and scale. Negative Man controls dangerous and unpredictable energy, and Crazy Jane alone wields dozens of different personalities, each with its own superpower. The Avengers rely heavily on planning, battlefield awareness, and predictability. Doom Patrol throws all of that out the window. Their threats are often metaphysical, psychological, and reality adjacent, meaning standard Avengers tactics don't always apply. Without consistent high-level magical defense, an Avengers lineup could quickly find itself overwhelmed by chaos it can't easily counter. Sliding into number 8 are the Teen Titans. While often seen as a younger or less experienced team, their actual power ceiling is no joke, with a roster that typically includes Nightwing, Raven, Starfire, Cyborg, and Beast Boy. The Titans cover an enormous range of combat styles. Raven alone is a major deciding factor here. Her demonic heritage and mastery of dark magic have repeatedly threatened entire dimensions. Starfire brings cosmic-level energy projection. Cyborg adds advanced technology and battlefield control. And Nightwing provides elite tactical leadership. Against the Avengers, the Titans' biggest strength is versatility and emotional cohesion. They fight as a tightly bonded unit, and with Raven in play, many Avengers teams would struggle to contain the mystical side of the conflict. Coming in at number 7 is the Justice Society of America. The JSA represents a level of experience that very few teams in comics can match. This is a group of seasoned veterans who have fought global, cosmic, and magical threats across generations. With members like Dr. Fate, Power Girl, Hawkman, and Alan Scott's Green Lantern, the JSA combines raw power with deep battlefield wisdom. Dr. Fate in particular is a massive advantage. His access to Nabu's magic puts him among the most powerful sorcerers in DC, capable of countering or surpassing many of Marvel's top mystics. The Avengers might be more modern and flexible, but the Justice Society wins through endurance, experience, and overwhelming magical force. At number 6, we have the Bat Family. On the surface, this might seem like a stretch. No gods, no cosmic entities, no reality warpers, but the Bat Family's strength lies entirely in preparation, coordination, and intelligence. Batman, Nightwing, Batgirl, Red Hood, and the Robins operate with military precision, advanced technology, and psychological warfare. Batman alone is famous for contingency plans against beings far stronger than himself, And the Bat family amplifies that advantage. Against the Avengers, this becomes a surgical takedown. Iron Man's tech can be neutralised, Hulk can be isolated, Thor can be misdirected, and team cohesion can be dismantled before the Avengers even realise what's happening. They don't overpower the Avengers, they outthink them. Breaking into the top 5, the Green Lantern Corps takes our number 5 spot. This isn't just a team, it's an intergalactic peacekeeping force, powered by will itself. Green Lantern rings grant flight, energy constructs, force fields, space survival, and rapid tactical adaptation. A coordinated Corps assault overwhelms most Avengers lineups through sheer scale and discipline. Even Thor would struggle against multiple lanterns working in unison, and the Avengers simply don't have the numbers or sustained energy output to counter a Corps-level response. This fight isn't about heroics, it's about containment and suppression on a cosmic scale. At number 4, we have the Legion of Doom. This team exists for one reason: to defeat heroes. With masterminds like Lex Luthor, Sinestro, Black Manta and Cheetah, the Legion doesn't rush into battle, and they study their opponents, exploit weaknesses and strike with precision. Against the Avengers, their biggest advantage is intelligence and preparation. Tony Stark's reliance on tech, Thor's mythological nature, Hulk's emotional volatility, and Scarlet Witch's instability are all weaknesses the Legion would exploit without hesitation. This wouldn't be a flashy showdown, it would be a methodical takedown. Down to our last 3, our number 3 spot goes to the Injustice League. Unlike many villain teams, the Injustice League prioritises efficiency over ego. They don't waste time on grand speeches or internal power struggles. With members like Sinestro, Reverse Flash and Lex Luthor, they combine raw power with time manipulation, advanced strategy and ruthless execution. The Avengers rely heavily on trust and moral restraint. The Injustice League weaponises deception, speed and brutality, forcing the Avengers into reactive positions they're not built for. Once the fight turns truly ruthless, the advantage swings sharply toward DC. Our number 2 spot belongs to the Justice League, and this one is unavoidable. Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern, Aquaman, Batman and often Martian Manhunter represent the absolute peak of superhero capability. Every Avenger's strength is matched and then exceeded. Superman rivals or surpasses Thor and Hulk in raw power. Flash can dismantle an Avengers lineup before the fight even registers. Wonder Woman handles god-tier combatants with ease. Martian Manhunter dominates telepathically, and Batman controls the battlefield strategically. The Justice League doesn't just defeat the Avengers, they dictate every phase of the conflict. And finally, taking the number 1 spot, we have Darkseid and the Apocalyptian forces. This isn't just a team, it's an extinction-level threat. Darkseid isn't someone you outfight, he's a force of nature. Armed with the Omega effect, near invulnerability, and an army of parademons backed by Apocalypse's advanced technology, Darkseid has challenged entire worlds and universes. Even the Avengers at full strength struggle against threats of this magnitude. Darkseid operates beyond traditional villain logic. Against him, the Avengers don't lose because they're weak. They lose because the scale of the conflict is fundamentally unfair. So there you have it, 10 DC teams that could realistically destroy the Avengers, not through hype, but through power, strategy and experience. Some win through chaos, others through preparation, and at the very top, sheer cosmic dominance makes the outcome inevitable. Now I want to hear from you. Which matchup do you think would be the closest? Which team do you think we underrated or overrated? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Smash that like button if you enjoyed the breakdown. Subscribe to Multiverse of Mayhem and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into crossover chaos. Until next time, stay chaotic, stay informed, and remember, the multiverse is mayhem, and that's why we love it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.